Hi guys, welcome to Heuristique. My name is Nico and I'm one of the tarot readers on the channel. So this is going to be our first daily, which is really exciting. And yeah, the dailies run from Monday to Friday and they're general. It may or may not resonate, but let's hope that there's something in these cards for you guys. So let's just get started. I'm picking up on very, I almost feel like I'm in the middle of a beach and I'm just standing at the ocean and like the soft ocean breeze is just washing over me. It's very calm, it's very this. the sea serpent, sorry, I almost said sea mother. So maybe this could be something for someone and their mother. This might be a familial kind of reading. But the sea serpent for me, it really does talk about a completion, and that is sort of the feeling I was feeling, just like standing by the ocean. The breeze is just hitting me and like almost like a wave of calm washing over, right? I can almost hear the seagulls in the background. And as you guys can see, it's like a giant eye. It's like, you know, now I'm kind of getting like the Kraken. For you guys who don't know, the Kraken is supposed to be sort of like a prehistoric creature, the dragon of the ocean, if you will. It is like an octopus-like creature with like the face and mouth of like a sea creature. It's like super cool, but yeah, release the Kraken. That's a weird one to get from this card because I was getting such peaceful vibes with the blue and everything, but it's almost like the calm before the storm. Let's use that. That kind of feels more right. It's like you're standing at this ocean, everything's calm, you've completed a cycle, but there's like this awareness that something else is coming, you know? Now I'm getting like so many Game of Thrones references, like winter is coming. But it came out with the crocodile, so I think it's very watery, very emotional, everything I was kind of intuiting. And the crocodile card talks about patience. So I'm almost wondering if, you know, you're reaching sort of an end point of a cycle and entering a new one, and it is sort of involving a little bit of, you know, sitting back, watching, letting things come to you. That's very much what it feels like. It doesn't feel like you're going out to get stuff. It feels like things are coming to you. And the thing with the sea serpent card is it has the symbol of the circle, which is for ether. So you're definitely in a very like divine time. You might feel like things are happening so serendipitously, or, you know, everything's lining up perfectly, like very much so in alignment with your purpose, with your flow, with what's supposed to be right now. And I almost am getting like you're biting your tongue, which is interesting, because now I'm being drawn to the like of the crocodile, and it's almost like, it's like, this is like a face I always do. It's like when I'm pissed, I'll like bite my tongue, and it's almost like that, which is weird. There's a lot of contradicting energy in this reading so far. It's like whoever I'm connecting with, it's like you're very calm, but there's almost like this little bit of like you're sitting back, you're letting things come to you, everything's good, but there is this sense of like, even as my hands are doing it, like there's something beneath the surface that you can kind of feel, is what I'm getting. So let's get another card for, I guess, the person, place, or thing, opportunity you might be dealing with. Oyster. That is so interesting, because I was saying that you were like sort of, with you it feels more like keeping your mouth shut. Like there's a lot you could say, there's a lot you want to say, but you're like, you know, maybe you shouldn't speak up, or like right now is not the time for speaking, it's the time for just like receiving and taking. That's very much what it feels like. And it's Pisces season, so it totally has this like, I feel like I'm in the ocean right now, almost like on a boat. Yeah, but it's interesting because you're more so like, you can see something coming to an end, or like entering a new cycle, you know. It could just be regeneration, like a new, you know, Aries season is almost here. Pisces is the last season of the zodiac, you know, we're at the end of the wheel, you know. It really feels like that pinnacle point of the wheel where we're at the top, and for like a brief moment we can see everything before we go down on the wheel again. It almost feels like, if you guys watch Rick and Morty, oh, what episode was it? It was the Jerry episode. the whirly-dirly, where there's that one moment when you're outside of the force field. That's almost what it feels like, you know, you're on top of the whirly-dirly about to go down again. And I think it's interesting because I almost wonder if, you know, the cycle of a wheel, it's very like cyclical. It's very much like the ocean, you know, the way it moves, the way it flows. I almost feel like for a while, it might have felt like things were like you were moving, but nothing was happening. That really strange phenomena of like, for example, this is, oh, I was literally trying to describe this the other day. When you're in a plane, you see another plane pass by and it's like, it goes by so like slowly, but in reality, you're both going at like hyperspeed. So it's almost like that, like you've been moving at hyperspeed and now all of a sudden you've been able to like take this breath or take this like break, and now it's like you're just seeing, it's like you're seeing another plane zoom by you and you're just like, I didn't know anyone else was going that fast. That's like almost what it feels like. So I don't know if, you know, if this is like competition work, it doesn't feel competitive. It just feels like, you know, almost like Tom Hanks in the middle of the ocean with like Wilson, like that, like he's like, Wilson, like seeing someone else with, seeing a mirror. You know what? There we go. That's what I'm trying to explain. You're seeing a mirror. You're seeing something or someone that reflects a part of you that you haven't found before, I almost want to say. It's almost like that's the new cycle you're entering. It's like, oh my God, like me, like you're finding, in this new cycle, I'm sort of sensing you're finding parts of yourself that have been not necessarily lost, because I think you've always had them. I think they've just been repressed, is the better way to say it. Repressed, that's really sticking for someone. You've been repressing yourself or repressing, I mean, these two cards talk about water, so it could be emotions, you know, you've been repressing your emotions, you've been repressing how you feel, repressing your creativity, repressing, yeah, it just feels like repressing. And it's funny because on the other side, we have the oysters. This is the person, place, or thing you're dealing with. And it's like, it's completely been like closed up. So I wonder if like this opportunity or thing has like been around you for a while, but it's like now it's presenting itself. Now it's actually like opening up. Now it's an option. Now you can really explore it. I'm hearing like now. That might have been a lesson for you in your last cycle, you know, because I do see the crocodile as more like a supporting card. And it's almost like you've been so patient. You've been so like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And now it's like, oh, now it's time for this oyster to open up, to like reveal itself. You know, it could be job, it could be a person. There is a lot of water in this reading, so I do think we are dealing with emotions. I'm an Aquarius, so not my favorite, but it seems like, yeah, it's just funny, like the mirroring, you know, like the crocodile and the oyster, like they're both like closed shut. And the one thing I actually am noticing about the sea serpent and crocodile, like, is the eye. So I want to say you've had your, it might have not been exactly the oyster, but like you had your eye on that kind of thing for a while, or, you know, person, place, opportunity, thing. It just seems like you've been very like studious almost. You've been like watching it, observing it. You've been taking your notes, you know, like, you know, it's almost like you know what's inside the oyster, even though the oyster hasn't even opened up yet, if that makes sense, right? Like, sorry, excuse me. So it's almost like you, if we are talking about emotions and feelings and stuff, it's like, Buddy doesn't even have to say here how he feels, because you already know it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. You're like, when are they gonna tell me? When are they gonna tell me? This could be a person you've been dating for a while, and you're like, when are they gonna ask me to be their girlfriend, boyfriend, friend? Like, you know, it's just a question, like, it seems like you've just been waiting for an answer, you know, sort of just like sitting back, as I said, biting your tongue, which might be very difficult for you. That might have been a lesson for you to actually learn how to like bite your tongue and know when to present your emotions and when to sort of hone them, if that makes sense. I'll pull one more coin. I'll pull one more coin. One more card for the oyster. Let's see if there's any supporting energy that wants to come out. I'm getting a lot of stuff coming up that might surprise you, is what I'm hearing. Like, it's funny because I'm saying, you already know what's inside this oyster, you know, but like, you don't know until the oyster opens up. That might have been a lesson for you too, you know? Every day we get lessons, you know? Every day the universe tests us. And it's like, it's almost, I almost don't want to ruin the surprise for you, because I'm just like, there's so much you can't see that is going to be revealed. And it's weird because like things have already been sort of like revealing themselves, is what it feels like. And with the bat energy supporting the oyster, it's like this person is coming into the moonlight, you know? If they were once hidden in the shadows, it's like the moon is coming out. It's a full moon. It is illuminated. Like, there is nothing you can hide now, or this person, or this thing, or this opportunity. Like, it's coming out of the dark, very literally. It's opening up. It's presenting itself. It's like, hi, here I am, like, big reveal. We love a good big reveal. And like, yeah, it's interesting because like for you, you got water and ether. And as I was saying at the beginning of the reading, it feels like you have a very divine sort of presence around you, if you will. You sort of have the hand of the universe on your side. And you might be feeling like things are very like divinely timed right now, or like divinely guided. And the other person, remember how I was saying you almost had to learn how to bite your tongue and not talk? And they were sort of like, they kind of had the opposite thing to learn, where they need to learn when to speak up, when to say their emotions. Like, that was the lesson they were on. So it's kind of funny because you guys kind of have like the same lesson. So much mirroring. Like, if you're into the whole twin flame thing, like Def's this, mirror soul, all that fun stuff. And like, they have the air element with the water element. So I do think for them, it's learning how to communicate these emotions. It could be learning how to communicate very deep emotions, very, you know, when you're dealing, that was a weird face. When you're dealing with like twin stuff, I hate using the terms and stuff, but whatever. When you're dealing with someone like that, where like you guys tend to mirror each other a lot and you have a lot of the same lessons, you're very similar. Something that can go wrong is like your similarities end up being your demise. It's like you got two stubborn people. It's like, who's gonna break first? Like, no one. When you meet your match, it's just like, you met your match for like a reason, you know? And it's almost saying like, you need to let this person be the one to reach out, be the one to talk, you know? You're completing a cycle that you've been very patient through. You've just been like, swallowing, I'm hearing now, like swallowing blood, like gallons and gallons and gallons. I want to give you a round of applause, because it just seems like you've been holding yourself back. I'm literally getting someone like holding a balcony or some type of like metal bar and being like you really have been trying not to like go for this thing, because I feel like this is the thing you want to go for, or you want the oyster, right? Who wouldn't want an oyster? There's a pearl inside, right? There's clearly like a gem or like some type of tangible upgrade that this person or place or thing can offer you, right? But it's like, in order for this to happen, you need to make sure that you let it come to you. You can't go to it, if that makes sense, right? My dad said this to me and I completely agree. Like, the more we push for things we want, in that sense of like, it's mine, I need to have it, like, you know what I mean? Like, if that's how you maybe approach the oyster in the past, where it was like, this is mine, like, I need to have this, like, I deserve this, like, you're not approaching it like that anymore. You're approaching it as it will come to me, you know, cyclical, very much so at the beginning, like the flow, where it's like, it will come to me if it's meant for me, which is a far better way of looking at things. And yeah, I think this person is gonna come to you, or thing, or whatever. And I am getting a huge, like, you know, like, it's gonna open up. It's really gonna be like, and you're gonna get like a huge sort of like shiny moment. I'm almost seeing like jaw on the floor, just like when this oyster reveals what they've been hiding, you're just like, like just in shock. It just seems like in shock. So I'm actually gonna finish it there. Thank you guys so much for watching the daily. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Perfect. Okay, bye guys.